to do a manga haul this September because my manga for September was pretty small, but October was pretty big, so I figured, you know what, I'm just going to combine September and October. So even though the thumbnail and title say October manga haul, this is my very spooky September and October haul. Yeah, Halloween time. So up first is Kowloon Generic Romance. So I'm going into the series pretty blind. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty obvious why I you know. But honestly, the art that's what really caught me, because when I was peeking inside, I was like, man, this art looks fantastic, and it honestly does give me a Akira Toriyama-esque vibes, especially for some of the male characters. And you know, you're not gonna blame me for that. Moving on. Up next is Shonen Note Boy Soprano. So me personally, I used to be a choir kid, and this is a story about a choir kid who, if you don't know anything about music, or choir at least, sopranos are the higher part of women, although children, at least adolescent children, they can all sing soprano, but once puberty starts hitting, everyone's voice varies. So this is a story about the main character who can sing a soprano voice, but he has to deal with the changes of his voice as he goes through puberty. Now, me personally, I went from a tenor 1, which is the highest male part usually, to a bass 2, which is usually the lowest male part. So this is something that really intrigued me. I've been looking forward to this series to come out forever now, especially because I really think I can relate to the character and what he's going through. This is something that I've been really looking forward to. Also, as an American, I'd really like to see how the American choir experience may differ from a Japanese choir experience. So this is something that I've been looking forward to reading, and I can't wait to just dive into this series. Up next is Blue Lock Volume 2. I read Volume 1 and I was like, damn, this is Squid Games plus soccer. I did like the first volume. I'm gonna give this one a shot. Maybe Volume 3 when that comes out. I'm pretty sure it's already out, I just haven't picked it up yet. But I'll give the next 2 volumes a shot. If I like the series, I'll keep going. If not, I may drop it and sell these off, but we'll see in the future. I can't wait to actually give this a read. Up next is a weird one. This is Iridescent by Blaze Manga, this is actually an American-made series. So I was at a convention not too long ago, and I saw this one booth that they were selling their own manga. Now, this really interests me because it's a Latino family who makes and draws this series. And as a Latino, I had to pick it up, mostly because it was Latino Heritage Month. So this is something that I really want to read, and I want to keep supporting. No idea what the series is about, but honestly, even though it's an American-made manga, I think it's pretty cool to have in my collection, especially because it's something that's going to make my collection a little bit different from others. Because, you know, I gotta be different today. Finally, some more degeneracy. Hitomi-Chan is Shy with Strangers Volume 5. The Shark Girl romance. I'm very single. Duh. Moving on. And finally, for my non-Viz Media shit, Don't Toy With Me Miss Nagatoro Volume 12. So in my previous video, I said that Volume 11 should have been the orange one, and Volume 12 would have been better for the pink. Well, oh well, too little too late now. As I'm recording this, Volume 13 is already out, so we're pretty damn close to the Japanese release of the manga, which is pretty weird to think about. Nice. Up next is Fist of the North Star Volume 6. Just manly man doing manly things. I've been loving the series. These hardcovers are fantastic. There's not much more I can say about the series that I haven't already said in my previous manga hauls. I'm just looking forward to collecting more and more of Fist of the North Star. If you are a fan of shonen or you love JoJo, you gotta read Fist of the North Star. This is a goated series for a reason. Up next is Drip Drip. This is created by the same creator of Beastars. I haven't read Beastars, but I heard a lot of good things about Drip Drip, this one shot. I can't wait to actually just give this a good read, and I'll let y'all know if I like it or not. I probably will forget to read it anyways. Up next is Crazy Food Truck Volume 2. I did read the first volume. I did like it. It's pretty divisive among people, but I'm just kind of a sucker for like food stuff. I mean, obviously. I'm looking forward to just giving this a read. It's only a 3-volume series, so Might as well just get the last one when that comes out. Moving on. Another one shot, I have Look Back by Tatsuki Fujimoto. Chainsaw Man is doing fantastic right now. Everyone's loving it. I'm happy to see that. This is a one shot released after Chainsaw Man. I think someday in the future I'd like to get all of Fujimoto's work. A little concerned about Fire Punch and all that, but this being one of the first one shots that are coming out in the States, I'm looking forward to reading that. Or I'm looking forward to rereading this. This is such a mind fuck of a read. Read it at your own discretion. Or don't. I don't really give a shit. Anyways, Look Back. Happy to have this. Finally, some more peak, baby. Dandadan Volume 1 by Yukinobu Tatsu. I love Dandadan. This is such a fucking phenomenal series. Genuinely, I'm pretty sure the artist just makes it up as he goes. It's so stupid, but it's so good. I look forward to every Monday when the chapter comes out. If you want the quick rundown, girl who believes in ghosts and the paranormal meets guy who believes in aliens. Shenanigans happens. Both are real. Read Dandadan. It is so good. I will say, however, the main girl, Momo, she does get sexually assaulted in the first chapter. It's bad. It is very bad. There's no sugarcoating it. She gets sexually assaulted. Fortunately, it could have been worse. That's the worst way of saying it. And after chapter 1, it doesn't happen again. I'm just saying this now because it was very uncomfortable to read the first chapter, but after that, it is really good. So go pick up Dandadan Volume 1. You're not going to regret it. Probably. Moving on to Kaiju No. 8 Volume 4. Been enjoying this series. Latest chapters have been going crazy, although I do wish they released a little bit faster. We got the Levi of the fucking series on the cover here. I'm not gonna lie, I forgot his name. I'm not good with names. But yeah, pick up Kaiju No. 8. It's a great series. And up next we have Sakamoto Days Volume 4. Such a good series. I love Sakamoto Days. I said this every single time Sakamoto Days comes out with a new volume. And now that we're at Volume 4, literally every single cover here on out has been a bang. Here's the next covers for the next couple of volumes. These all look phenomenal. I can't wait to have these in the States. I love Sakamoto Days. Read Sakamoto Days. This is peak fiction. They literally fight a fucking dinosaur in this volume. I'm not even joking. Read Sakamoto Days. This is peak fiction. Up next is Spy Family Volume 8. I did finish the first half of Season 1 of Spy Family. I loved it for the most part. I loved the ending and openings. My only real criticism is that there's some stuff that was cut out, and I wish that they weren't cut out. I haven't been watching the second half of Season 1 yet, mostly just because Bleach and Chainsaw Man are coming out, and I'm also very lazy. But I will be watching that when I have the time. Volume 8, love it, read it, if you can even find it. Great series. And let's move on to the last thing. And last, and probably the least, depending on how you are as a shonen fan, I finally picked up the My Hero Academia box set, which contains volumes 1 through 20. Let me open this bitch up. 20 volumes all in one go, along with, let me pull it out real quick, an illustration book, which has a bunch of illustrations of the characters early on in development, and a double-sided poster. I think they messed up with my thing because I have 2 posters in here. So if you are aware of the manga community, you know that this has been a very controversial box set. Apparently these volumes were not printed in the US, they were printed in Italy, and it does show. These are very thin, the paper quality isn't as there. I don't mind as much because it does make it a little bit easier for storage purposes, but the size comparison between the US and Italy versions are insane. It has been very controversial, and I know it's going to be very controversial again if when the second box set comes out and that box set is printed in the US, the size difference is going to be insane. I may do a review on the box set coming up sometime in the future, but that's a big maybe. That does it for this manga haul. As always, here are some more manga that I'm looking forward to in the upcoming months. I said it earlier in the video, but this was September and October, mostly because September was pretty small for me, so I just bought a bunch of shit in October. I may or may not do this again in December, just to have one more big manga haul, mostly because I'm lazy and I don't want to record in November. That about does it. I'll catch y'all later.